All right, guys, welcome back to another Boosted Sloth video. It's been a while. It really has been a while, mostly for the fact during the summer we were able to get some cool cars, but it's really hard to get people that will let me interview them. I talked to a couple people, but they eventually fell through for different reasons, whether they're true or not. Everyone has their own life, but I understand why people might want to cancel or just say no in the first place. We're not a big channel, can't really do a lot of leverage, so I get it, really. But the first ever video we made was on this car, the ST. It's dinged up. It's an everyday driver. I drive it through the winter. But that was me giving reasons why I love the car, why I like the car. But this is gonna be 5 reasons why I hate the car. Or not hate, I guess just dislike, things I dislike about it. But without further ado, I'm gonna show you my new employee, Pedro. This is Pedro. He is not child labor laws, and I will show you why right now. Right, so this is Pedro's application. Go ahead and sign right here. All right.
Yay, we get to get Christmas presents this year. Thank you.
Hold on.
What?
Yeah, no, see, I made a little mistake here. Yeah, it's 25 cents. All right, so one thing I hate about this car, and it's to my own fault, is that I am a cheap ass. Now, the reason I'm a cheap ass is because this right here is my intake. I don't have an actual intake setup. Pedro, shut the fuck up.
Okay, I'm
Quiet. Dude, I keep on telling you these things, and you're just... So, as I was saying before, yeah, I'm a cheap ass. Like, I really am. For these cars, it's about like a $350 to $400 intake system. I can't afford that. So it's really jerry-rigged. Pedro, come here. Pedro! Right there. All right, back up. Don't show them too much. Don't show them too much.
What the hell is even that?
Too much. It's bad. It's really bad, and I'll fix it. I will. All right, so the number 2 reason why I dislike this car is the spark plugs. They keep fouling out on me. I think I've got the situation under control. Before, I thought it was just dumping too much fuel, but then again, I was getting like actually pretty decent fuel mileage. But they were fouling. I think in a span of 8 months, I went through 4 sets of spark plugs. So it was, I'm not sure. What I ended up doing was getting the really good NGK iridiums, putting them in there. I got some, it's like booster, you pour it in your gas tank and it cleans out the system, and it seemed to have actually worked pretty well. So right now we don't have that problem, and yeah, it's actually working pretty well, but that is the number 2 reason why I do not like this car. All right, so we went over the first 2 reasons, and I'm gonna go over how to cope with driving something like this. So the first thing is you're gonna wanna find a really sturdy rafter and then get some rope. All right, so the second thing is get a gun and put it in.
You can't say that.
Yes, I can. All right, so the third thing I hate about this car is the exhaust, and more specifically the exhaust placement. It has MagnaFlows on it, which sound really good. Here's a clip. But I don't like that it's in the middle. On the RSs, which is a car I would rather have, they're on the sides. Dual exhaust on the sides. This one's in the middle, and I hate that. One, you can't place anything like a bike rack, a trailer hitch, which I wouldn't do, but the ability to do that I would like, and I'm so torn in the mix between the placement of this and like other exhausts. If ST has the trapezoidal exhaust, which looks really weird, I hate that. I think it's the ugliest thing in the world. This, I think, looks all right, and the MagnaFlows sound pretty good. So pretty 50-50 with the exhaust. All right, so the fourth thing that I'm not a big fan of this car is that, all right. So one thing I'm not a big fan of this car, the fourth thing, is that to the untrained eye, this looks like a normal Focus. To the trained eye, it looks like a normal Focus. There's very small details. Obviously, the RS has its wing, the bumper, the rear bumper. I mean, the RS looks so good. We know that. but the STs don't really differentiate. Now, the ST, the 2013s or 2014s, you could really kind of tell a little bit more. With these, they just look like a normal Focus. The front grille's a little bit bigger. It doesn't have that chrome piece. The wing, the exhaust, and the wheels is literally about it. So it looks like a normal Focus, and you get called regular traffic. Now, that's true, honestly, because it has the power of normal traffic. It makes about 252 horsepower, 280 foot-pounds of torque, somewhere around there. So when you're getting on an on-ramp, you know, you feel like you're Dale Earnhardt Sr., you know, pedal to the metal, getting onto the track. But once you get there, I mean, you know, Kathy and her 2004 Kia is gonna honestly win.
I hate it here!
All right, so the fifth thing about this car, I'm gonna wrap this up because it is cold out here, is the interior. I'm not gonna show you the interior because my God, am I a messy person. And I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna embarrass myself on YouTube. But the interior room is absolutely dog poop. I mean, if I want to get 4 friends in there, the passenger has to be up with their knees through the dash, and even then, the rear seat passengers aren't getting nothing. If someone sits behind me, it's done. I'm 6'1". It's a manual car, so I have to have that seat adjusted perfectly so I don't stall out or anything, just for safety reasons. The interior room is terrible. But here's the car. Otherwise, I really enjoy the car. The car is fun. Like I said in number 4, it lacks power, but it still is fun. Some of that's true. It's such a fun car. It's really hard. But I'm gonna wrap this up because I'm cold, and I'm sure Pedro's cold, even though I don't care. But yeah, I mean, stay tuned for the videos. Subscribe to enter the giveaway to see my video next week. If I have one, because it's winter and it's freezing. It's currently like 23 degrees out in Wisconsin. But otherwise, thank you so much for watching. I'm glad to be back. I'm going to look for so many different type of content. Give recommendations in the comments. But yeah, see you next week.